guys, it's Olivia. I'm really obsessed with the show American Horror Story, and ever since season 5 ended, there have been so many theories going around about what season 6 will be on. In case you don't know, I become a detective when it comes to the show and I overanalyze everything. With that, I'm going to be telling you guys my 3 theories for season 6 American Horror Story. Before I begin to tell you guys my theories, make sure to remember what the producer Ryan Murphy said about season 6. Ryan said that the theme for season 6 has already been talked about a lot in the show, and that means that the idea for season 6 has been thought out way ahead of time. Obviously, in the previous seasons, this theme for this season would have already been mentioned. Though we don't know what season 6 will revolve around, we do know that it's going to take place in the present and have echoes of the past. So 2 time periods are going to be taking place throughout the season. And who knows, the echoes of the past could even be things from other seasons, because he did say that all the worlds are definitely intertwined and they're in the same universe. With all the rumors and theories going around, you have to keep in mind that this season is supposed to be rogue, dark, and not opulent, which means not luxurious or lavish. So when you're reading theories about season 6, make sure to keep in mind that it's not going to be luxurious, it has echoes of the past but takes place in the present, and is going to be a very dark season. Anyway, here are the theories. So this theory is kind of a combination of 2 theories put together, but I don't really think that it will be the season 6 theme. American Horror Story Cabin in the Woods / cult. This could be a good theme for season 6 because it would probably revolve around isolation, and the writers and the directors could really explore like the mystery and the myths and the unknown creatures and stuff like that. If this were to be the season 6 theme, I do believe that it would have revolved around some sort of cult, because a cult does have specific desires and have different religious beliefs from other people. The only thing that's stopping me with this theory is that there hasn't really been mention a lot of the woods in the show from what I recall. The only thing that I could see relating to this theme would be Twisty from season 4, the fact that Miss Evers lost her son to the chicken coop murderer, and maybe the fact that birds seem to have been a very symbolic thing in season 5. Other than the Blue Parrot Lounge being the bar at the hotel, in every single room there was a framed painting of birds. I don't really know if that could mean like birds are in the woods and that means the season's gonna take place in the woods. I don't know, but that's a possibility. The next theory I came up with would be World War II. I think there's a pretty good chance that this could be the next theme, because in season 2 we were left with a lot of unanswered questions on one subject. That subject was the whole Anne Frank incident, and if that doctor had actually been a Nazi during the Holocaust. In case you don't understand, I'll explain. In season 2, there were 2 episodes where somebody visited the asylum who claimed that she had been Anne Frank. She's admitted to the asylum as a patient, and the second she sees the asylum's doctor, she immediately panics and screams. She is so frightened by him and claims that he had been a Nazi in the Holocaust and that she vividly remembers his face. And remember, the same doctor in season 2 was the same doctor in season 4, who chopped off Elsa Mars's legs. Remember that? Ah, yeah. Oh, big deal, they're the same doctors, we made that connection, yeah, wait. What's important is that at the end of those 2 episodes, we do find out that the doctor had been a Nazi in the Holocaust. So if this woman wasn't Anne Frank, how would she know that the doctor had been a Nazi? It could be one of the doctor's relatives. I know in real life, the person who plays the doctor's son played the soldier. We were left at a cliffhanger when the question wasn't really ever cleared up. Is this woman really who she claimed to be? Because at this time, years later, after the Holocaust had ended, she would have been about the age she was. If she wasn't Anne Frank, how would she know that the doctor had been a Nazi soldier? You see what I'm saying? Like, there I am on a cliff and I don't have answers and I'm going to fall. My last theory is one that I believe so strongly that I have this gut feeling that I'm right, even though I might not be, but I have a strong feeling that this season will take place around boarding school. I know school is already a horror story and we don't need them to make a TV show about it, but hear me out. In the previous seasons, we know that a bunch of kids became vampires and they started like going on an eating rampage, and then they were eventually eaten by Ramona, played by Angela Bassett. Yeah, we know that happened. But even with that, I don't really feel like the children were a huge part of this season. If you think about it, their role in the season wouldn't have an effect if they weren't there. They kind of just were human, then vampire, then dead. And other than that, remember, Will's son Lachlan and John's daughter Scarlett both would be attending the Thatcher School in the future. And the Thatcher School is a legitimate place. The Thatcher School is a selected, independent boarding school in California with only 230 students. And the tuition for the school is very, very expensive. And I don't know about John, but we do know that Will had the money to send Lachlan to the school. Remember when I made the video on the finale of season 5 and how I believe that it was more of a transition episode than, like, to wrap things up? The season finale ended with John telling Scarlett about the Thatcher School. Transition to new season. You see where I'm going? Also, back in season 1, school had been a big part of it as Tate was a school shooter. School's name was probably mentioned back in season 1, I just don't remember it. But the Thatcher School was like one of the last lines in the season finale. Why so specific? Why? Because the school is actually so isolated in real life, I believe that this season could really have something to do with the Thatcher School, or just a school in general. Think about it, Scarlett and Lachlan have been surrounded by vampires for a long time now. You know, been immune to something, and then they go to the school, and then it becomes like this whole like scary, monstrous place, and the past, it had been like an asylum. Kidding, that took place in Boston. It could have been some like prison or some like scary school or some hospital. Like, think about it. In the present and echoes of the past take place in the present, echoes of the past. You see where I'm going? Like, I'm coming up with this whole like little potion of solutions. So that's it. As you can tell, I have a strong belief that it's going to be something about school. And if I'm wrong, it's going to be really awkward. Watch it be Cabin in the Woods and people be like, yeah, you don't know anything. I'm going to be like, but I thought. There's just theories. I don't know the next season. If I knew the season, I would just be sitting in my room contemplating what I should do with my life because I can't think about ideas for the next season. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below your theories for season 6 because I want to know. And if you can explain why you think those are going to be the theories for season 6, also explain those. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. My social media links will be down below. And I will see you, and you not next Wednesday because I'm not posting this on a Wednesday, but on Wednesday or very, very soon. Okay?